One of the best items in my personal inventory is this industrial grade whiteboard. So, this is basically a 10-day analysis of how the last 10 days have gone. So, basically, I have two different kind of, I guess, variations of reviews for my progress. So, I have the weekly reviews, which I just had my first 7-day full week review 3 days ago. And then I'm going to have like 10-day check-ins where basically I just go over like again how the last 10 days have been. So I'm doing it in orders of 7 and then in orders of 10. So that way, like, if 20 days pass, I have 4 different check-ins. I have one at the 7-day mark, the 14-day mark, the 10th mark, and the 20th mark. So it just helps, that way, because like some people, they do the same thing for a month and they realize, oh crap, all these things didn't end up working. And then it's like, okay, now you've wasted a whole month. Whereas I can catch it after a week, I can catch it after 10 days, 14 days, and even 20 days. So like I can catch myself, technically speaking, about 5 to 6 times per month, basically. I can just kind of have these check-ins. So yeah, anyway, I wanted to basically go over the last 10 days. So I have made virtually $950, roughly. That's a rough estimate. I made 923 by selling my snowblower and having like shipping it off, and then I made an extra $20 from doing an odd job. I made $3 off of TikTok Shop, and then I made $5 today from doing a food delivery in tips. So it says 923 plus 20, so 43 plus the 3 is 46. So I have made $951. So that is virtually nothing compared to what I should be averaging per day, which is $2,750, which is my goal per day to get myself to $1 million after 10 months, which, starting from the challenge, brings us all the way to September 20th, 2026. So, technically speaking, let me get my phone here. If I made $2,750 over the last 10 days, that would bring me to, $27,000. So $27,500 is what I would have made if I actually achieved my goal over the last 10 days. So, and I've only made $950 worth of that. So, let's see. Let's just do another quick calculation. So I have only made 950. I have only made 3% of my goal. That is truly unfortunate. That is quite sad. So yeah, so I definitely have a long way to go. Now, the thing is I've been thinking a lot about, okay, what is the fastest, and obviously this is like, natural thought. What's the fastest way to get to $2,750 per day? So at first I was thinking, okay, TikTok Shop, because like I did have that one day last year on like, I think May 1st, where I made like $3,000 in a matter of like, I think a day or two. And while that was, had some luck play into it, that was like, okay, maybe if I do this like every single day, I'll make that much money. Now, I'm not ruling out TikTok Shop entirely because people have made millions of dollars off of TikTok Shop, but the account that I'm using to basically sell the TikTok Shop items is still kind of recovering. I kind of not abandoned it, but I stopped posting throughout the entire month of October, so I'm just starting to finally get back to consistency and get back on the positive side of the algorithm. So that is still kind of being worked on. So I can't rely on TikTok Shop to make me the money I need, and I also don't have really any products that, like, I don't want to waste some time with dropshipping. I've done dropshipping before. It's not something I can, like, I don't want to say dropshipping isn't something I can scale, but it's something that I don't care enough about to scale. You know what I'm saying? It's not something that I can see myself doing for the next, like, year or two, and then I have to, like, deal with fulfillment and, like, it's too messy. It's too messy for me. I don't have the time. I work 4 days right now, running an entire restaurant. I'm the manager and soon-to-be co-owner of the restaurant, and I actually just initiated our delivery service today, which I'm doing all the deliveries myself, because right now we're entering our slow season. So to compensate for not having as many people come through our doors, I'm like, we really should actually bring the food to the people instead of expecting people to come to us for the food. So, hence the delivery system was born, and now our restaurant has a full delivery service running 4 days a week. So, from about, let's just say, 10 a.m. to, I'm just going to say, by the time I get home, 9 p.m. From 10 a.m. to 9 p.m., which is an 11-hour period, I am basically at work, and that is Friday through Monday. So Friday through Monday from 10 to 9 p.m., I am pretty much occupied. By that time, I, again, get dressed, get to work, and then, finish up, clean the kitchen, and then get back home, let the dogs out, take a shower. I am finally it's usually 9:30. So that leaves me basically 3 days a week to get all the stuff done that I need to get done. Unless I want to stay up late like I am now, which is right now, it is 12:40 on November 30th. It's now the next day. It's almost 1 o'clock and I have work in 11 hours. So this is the thing where it's I feel like going over the last 10 days, I'm at a point where I'm realizing very quickly that if I want to make the money I want to make, I'm going to have to sacrifice something. Whether it's my sleep, whether it's my sanity, today, I'm sacrificing my sleep, and that's something that I've kind of expected I would have to do during this journey, is that it's going to be extremely hard, and it's going to take not just full dedication, but it's going to take tremendous compromise, I'm going to have to make a compromise and sleep probably less over the next 10 months. Because this is the only time, I can't have days where I don't upload. You know what I'm saying? I have actually been able to upload every single day for the last 10 days on 3 platforms at the same time. And I'm actually quite proud of that. That's probably the best I've done all year. And actually probably over the last several years. And that's really cool. And the accounts are all doing great. Just to, again, go over a quick analysis of everything. Right now on YouTube, the Cashmaster YouTube account is at 102 subscribers, 15 videos, and we are up 19,299 views, which is very good in the last 10 days of running the account. And the short I just uploaded an hour ago is already at 239 views. That's actually pretty good. My highest YouTube short right now is 6.4 thousand views. So that's pretty good in 10 days. So that YouTube channel is getting great traction. I'm very, very happy with where it's going. Let's check Instagram. The Cashmaster Instagram is at 49 followers. And the reel I just posted is at 206 views. The highest reel right now is at 1,258 views. And that was on day 9, so yesterday. Which is great. That is actually very good news. I noticed that reel in particular had 14 likes, 2 comments, and was reposted once, which is awesome. So that's doing good. And then finally, to check TikTok, the Cashmaster TikTok account. Oops, that is not the right. Alrighty, the Cashmaster, wow, TikTok account is at 77 followers, which is beating Instagram now. And it is at, let's see, the highest video is at 1,861 views, and that is the first video on day 1, which is the 20th of November. And the video I just posted for day 10, about an hour ago, is at 862 views in 50 minutes. That is actually probably a new record. That is actually pretty good. So my TikTok views are steadily increasing per day, which is really awesome. Like I said, it's 77 followers, 549 likes. So that is very good. So all my accounts are growing pretty fast. Like I said, YouTube's already up to 102 subscribers. So again, posting every single day. This is basically what it looks like. Those are the analytics for all my 3 accounts, my Instagram, my TikTok, and my YouTube. So the plan going forward, for the foreseeable future until I decide to change it, if I do, And I talked about this in the week one review after kind of figuring out that TikTok like isn't sustainable, or TikTok Shop at least. I really want to get into YouTube automation, YouTube videos, just content creation in general, because that's something I can scale and it's something I'm actually interested in. And it's something I could just crank out. You know what I'm saying? And I don't have to like necessarily wait on it. It's something that I could like see the results for like within an hour. You know what I'm saying? Whereas TikTok Shop products, it's like, okay, I have to wait for the video to go viral. I have to wait for people to buy it, wait for it to be fulfilled so I can get the affiliate commission. It's just like, you know, not saying I'm going to stop doing TikTok Shop because it's another way of income, and I don't want to just, you know, completely ignore that, but choosing a priority is very important, you know, and knowing your limitations, you know, and I think that if I'm juggling too much, then I'm not going to be able to complete everything. You know, I've already noticed that, and this is during week one, I noticed that, and I even did this tonight, I'm finding it that I'm getting in a bad habit of posting way too late in the day. Like my videos should be cranked out before I even leave for work. Like right after I wake up, I should be making a YouTube video, upload it, then get ready for work, get in the shower and leave. You know, that way I don't come home at, 9 o'clock and have to, spend time with my fiance and then take a shower. And then now it's like 11 o'clock and I still haven't made a YouTube video yet. That's a huge problem, because God forbid anything ever got in the way past 11 o'clock. You know, let's just say an emergency, I had to run somewhere. Now that video is not getting posted for the day, which is a huge issue because that screws with the entire consistency, probably screws with the algorithm quite a bit, because these algorithms right now are getting used to me posting at around the same time every single day. And, you know, even aside the fact of the timing, they're getting oh my goodness, they're getting used to me posting every single day, you know? So even if I don't post, and I've noticed this too, because there's been days where I've posted early in the morning too. Even if I don't post at the same time at like 11:50 per day, the fact that I'm still posting per day is great. The algorithm doesn't really care necessarily what time it is as long as you're posting every single day. And again, I've only been posting once to each account daily. So yeah, anyway. So I really, going forward, again, this has only been 10 days I've been running this challenge, and I've really noticed that I'm posting way too late in the day. I'm cutting it way too close. I mean, I've literally been like uploading with like 2 minutes to spare, on like Instagram and TikTok, which is just not acceptable. Like there's no excuse for me not being able to post early in the day. So anyway, so that's one thing. So one thing we're going to fix, we're going to write down all the things we're going to fix, okay? This is what we're going to do. I'm just going to write I'm going to write it in the middle of the board. That way, the 9:16 ratio iPhone can pick this up. You know, and I really like the idea of doing these like reviews and these analysis, check-ins, because again, if I am constantly figuring out what I'm doing wrong, that just means that I'm going to be very soon doing what's right. And that's just going to, again, make me go so much farther, so much faster, and improve my efficiency as a creator, as an entrepreneur, as whatever. So what we are fixing, posting earlier in the day. Early in the day, so I usually have a goal to get to work between 9 and 9:45 a.m. So that means I should probably be waking up comfortably around 7 o'clock each day at the absolute latest, okay? 7 o'clock is like the absolute latest, because that gives me about 2 hours to do whatever, take my dogs out, take a shower, eat breakfast if I want, get dressed, and then make my content. So, posting early in the day, I've noticed that there's been some days where I've been waking up at like 8:30, which it doesn't happen often, but it has happened in this 10-day period. So what we were fixing, posting early in the day, waking up at 7 a.m. Should I do 7 a.m. or should I do 6? So here's the thing. I've noticed that if I give myself more time to play around with, it's actually harder for me to manage it because I think I have all this time and then I quickly realize that I don't. So if I wake up at 7, it's like, okay, I only have 2 hours. I have to squeeze all this stuff in a 2-hour period and then go to work immediately after. So let's just say 7 a.m. Waking up at 7 a.m. Period. That is like, okay, there's no, like, I'm going to have to have my alarm for 7 a.m. every single day. Because again, that gives me 2 hours to make these videos, which usually takes me about a half an hour. On average, I've noticed that usually, like, I usually record around, I've been recording around 11:30, and then I end up posting at like 11:55. So like 25 minutes to record the video, edit it, and post it to all 3 platforms. About 25 minutes for me, on average. So posting early in the day, waking up at 7 a.m. period. The next one is actually quite important. So I mentioned that I want to get more into YouTube and become a YouTuber and make more content so that I can scale it up and get paid. So, I don't think it would be wise of me to just rely on, let's just say, this account or a single account. I think for me to be able to hit my goal, I'm going to have to mine away at several different accounts at the same time to have numerous sources. Like, I noticed that there's this person that I heard about who's like, you know, this young eccentric millionaire, and he has like, I think like 70 different YouTube channels. Now, I'm sure obviously he has an entire team that runs it. That's like pretty much implied, okay? No person can run that many channels alone. I don't care what you say. That's crazy. Depending on what kind of content you're posting. So with that being said, I have a few channels off the top of my head that I think are very easy to scale. One of which in particular I've seen is like a content review channel, which I've seen actually several people do on YouTube now, some of which have actually started this summer and now have amassed millions and millions of views, which is incredible. I also made a channel, but again, I haven't used it. So let's figure out how many channels we wanna look into here. And this is a very important thing because again, I'm already running this entire channel, which takes me, like I said, on average about 25 minutes per day to upload to. And that's including this, Instagram, and TikTok, which really isn't that bad. I mean, a half an hour per day is really actually a very small amount of time. However, the more channels and more social media accounts I add, now that time doubles, triples, quadruples, depending on how many. So if I add 3 more social media accounts, three more channels, now I've gone from a half an hour to probably 2 hours of just like recording, editing, and so on. And keep in mind too that the videos I make for this account, for Cashmaster, are very easy to make. They're very easy videos because I already know the introduction. I basically have a gist of what I'm already going to talk about, and they're less than a minute. You know what I'm saying? So they're very easy. Videos that I'm thinking about making will probably be more time heavy. They're probably going to take me about 30 to probably 40 minutes to edit, to record and edit is what I'm kind of average, just assuming right off the top of my head. So that's going to be tricky because on days I have to wake up at 7 a.m., I'm only really budgeting for one social media account, which is the Cashmaster. If I want to, if I want to wake up on the 4 days that I'm working at 7 a.m., I'm not going to be able to make, let's just say, 4 accounts worth of content. It's not going to be possible. So this is the thing, and this is a great thing I want to talk about for people who, again, they work just like I do. They work during the day. They work fucking 10-hour shifts, 12-hour shifts, whatever, 3 days a week, 4 days a week, 5 days a week, fucking 7 days a week, and they don't know. Well, maybe not 7 days a week, but at least they have like 1 or 2 days off. Okay, most people have 1 or 2 days off. This is what I really want to talk about, and this is very important because I've dealt with this for years. This has been a constant struggle of like, okay, I work 5 days a week. By the time I get home, I'm bullshit tired, and I really just can't make that video. I can't make that 2-hour video I really wanted to make of me streaming, whatever the shit, okay? This is the solution. On the day that you actually have off, your 1 or 2 days of freedom, this is what I recommend. I'm going to apply this to my own life right now, is stockpiling content, okay? Make a video, make several videos with the time that you have, your own freedom. And this is, again, compromise and sacrifices here. Stockpile a whole bunch of content and have it pre-edited, pre-recorded, pre-whatever. Have it prepped. Just like I do at the restaurant with the food. Have the food prepped for the next day, so that way all I have to do is heat it up and sell it. Same thing applies with the content. Have it pre-recorded, have it pre-edited, so all they have to do is just put it in the platform and hit post. Same rule applies. We're going to apply the prep method, the stockpiling and prep method from the kitchen to social media. So this is what we're going to do. I have a goal to post to, let's just say, three other platforms. I think 3 is the magic number here, and that's not including the Cash Master. This is like 3 different channels. So I'm just gonna write posting to 3 new channels. Okay, so let's just think about this for a second. If I was like, okay, I can't do it. This is too overwhelming. This is bullshit. I'm just going to work on Cash Master. That's great. That's awesome. Good choice. I immediately lower my chances of success by, let's just say 25%, as opposed to working on 4 channels at once, which now quadruples my chance of success. You know what I'm saying? Like, the more kind of things I have my hand in, the more likely I am to grab something I like. And you know what I'm saying? The more likely I am to succeed. Adding more things just increases my chances, you know? And again, you're wondering, okay, how are you going to do that though? I just told you how. By the prep method, the stockpiling method. You know, people are like, well, there's no way you can make 4 channels worth of content every single day. I agree. It's not going to happen. I can't see a reality in which I'm actually able to do that, especially since those 4 days of the week are basically me at the restaurant for almost 12 hours a day. Yeah, that's not going to happen. But what I can do is I can have the videos already recorded and edited, so that way, on the days that I am working 12-hour shifts, all I have to do is go to work, click on the Wi-Fi, and hit post. That's all I have to do. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to choose our master day, okay? So our master day for grinding out all this content is going to be the day where I am doing the very least amount of stuff, okay? Like, for example, Wednesday, I usually have to go to the restaurant because we get a food delivery that day. So I have to be there around, say, like noon. So we'll keep Wednesday in the back burner. Thursday, I have to go to the restaurant because I have to prep all the food and produce and really everything else for the whole weekend. So Thursday, I really don't want to do that day. That's not really going to, you know, I'd really prefer not to do that day. Tuesday, I have pretty much nothing going on. That is the one day where I'm actually usually not at the restaurant. But here's the other thing too, is that, let's just say, you know, I want to do something for myself on Tuesday, just completely unwind. Okay, that's fine. So maybe what we can do is maybe we can actually have Wednesday, which is right in the middle, as our master content day. So let's just say, and this isn't to say that I can't also work on this on Tuesday or Thursday. I could do that as well. We'll see. But I'm gonna choose Wednesday as the master content day. Okay, so master content day. So this is the thing. Another reason why I want to choose Wednesday is because, like I said, it's right in the middle. So that way, if I'm feeling ambitious and giddy, I can do all of it on Tuesday if I want, because I'm like, oh, okay, I'll do it a day ahead. Or on the flip side, if Wednesday passes because of whatever reason I fall behind and now it's Thursday, I still have most of Thursday to get everything done. So Wednesday really is a sweet spot because I can either go forward or take a step back. I could either be running early or running late. You know what I'm saying? It's or right on time. Wednesday is right on time. So that's, I think, going to be our perfect day. Wednesday is the master content day. Okay. Very good. So these are all 4 problems that, now we have the solution. It's like I didn't know when to wake up. Now I know when to wake up. I've been consistently posting later in the day. Now we're going to solve that. We're going to make sure that every day when we wake up at 7 a.m., this is the first thing we do. Okay? We get dressed, and then that's the first thing we do. Now, posted 3 new channels. That's a huge plus, because now instead of posting to just one channel and hoping for the best, now I'm trying my luck at 3 more channels. Now, how am I going to balance that? How am I going to make 4 channels worth of content every single day? I'm not. We're going to have Wednesday as our master content creation day. So we're going to spend pretty much all of Wednesday, or a good amount of Wednesday, probably 2 to 3 hours at minimum, just cranking out content, editing, and honestly, even scheduling too, because we can schedule posts for the future. So I might not even have to manually post some of the stuff. It might actually be set in the schedule. So this is great. These are 4 really huge things. These are actually the hardest things that I've been kind of thinking about and struggling with over the last 10 days. And now we have the answer. So let's see here. What else can we work on? Also, I should probably make sure this is actually even still recording, because that would be really unfortunate. Oh, thank God. Okay. So what we were fixing: posting on the day, waking up earlier, hosting 3 new channels. Yes. Wednesday is a master content day. Perfect. Okay. Right now it is. Look at that. It is Sunday, November 30th. It is 1:03 a.m. Alright, right off the bat. I literally, so this is the thing. I'm not going to be able to do this every single day. There's going to be days where I will wake up late, I will sleep through my alarm, my phone will die, and I'll sleep through it. Or I may not sleep at all. Tonight. I don't know if I'm going to sleep tonight. I truly don't, because right now I have to do this. And then I really want to make sure I get my content creation station set up, because that's something I've been wanting to do for the last 10 days. Well, maybe not 10 days, probably the last week. And that falls right into this. I want to start this today. You know what I'm saying? This, 10 days have passed. Now we're in the next 10 days, in the next 7 days. I want my next weekly review to be how well all this is working out. That's the whole reason why. And if one of these things doesn't work out, then we'll change it after 7 days. You know what I'm saying? That's why the reviews are so important. So, what did I want to say? The channels. So, figuring out what kind of channels we want to make. So, let's see here. So, I have kind of a community-based channel that I want to do. A community-based, reaction-based channel, and then also a, what would you even call this? I don't want to say entertainment based channel, but it's like a channel where it's like basically like someone watching something and then like kind of inserting some text. It's like I've seen it like 1,000 times on YouTube. But all the channels are kind of meant for different things, and we're just kind of testing the waters because I've never done this before. So this is all going to be just one huge science experiment, which is pretty fun. So yeah, so that is basically it. Again, like figuring out where my weaknesses are every 7 days and every 10 days, I think is going to accelerate my chance of success dramatically. As opposed to if I waited for an entire month to go by and be like, oh, yeah, this, and this is all things I'm doing wrong. Like, I need to fix that for next month. I would only be changing my ways of thinking 12 times a year, which is pretty freaking slow. I mean, that's like crazy. Whereas I'm changing my way of thinking, let's see, let's see, 4 times 12. Oh, God, how is not, 48. Yeah, like, instead of changing it 12 times a year, I'm changing it 48 times per year. That is, like, crazy. That's, so yeah, I think that's the way to do it. I'm going to try to do my best to get monetized as soon as, literally as soon as I possibly can. Also one more thing that's very important. And figuring out how many times we're going to be posting these channels. Because now we're going to add 3 new channels. How many times a day should we post to these channels? After seeing the results of posting to this channel once every single day for the last 10 days, I've realized that it is too slow. And I did this on purpose because I wanted to see what the results would look like doing the bare minimum. And one day, once every single day, to me, is the bare minimum. So I really want to try 3 times a day. I know that sounds like a crap ton, but at the same time, it's really not. Especially if I am stockpiling all the content. And it's pre-recorded and pre-edited, and I can have it all in like a nice little folder and pull it out when I need it. I don't think it's really that bad. If I could tell myself, let's just say 10 years ago, and be like, yeah, all you have to do to make $1 million is make sure you post these videos 3 times a day. I'd be like, holy crap, bro. Like, that is like so freaking easy. I'm like, say less. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that might be all it takes. That might be actually all it takes. Because again, and it's really not a big number. Like, I know that I'm saying that after making literally $5 today, but making, $2,750 per day really is not that much. Compared to like, let's just say, Jeff Bezos, Bill Gates, Elon Musk, that is like every breath. You know what I'm saying? Like that really is not a lot of money compared to all the money that's in the world, in the country, in this even state. That is a drop in the pan. You know what I'm saying? And if I have numerous sources to basically like add on to that sum, if I have numerous sources pulling in different amounts of money and it's all adding up, like there's really no reason to why I can't make that amount per day. I mean, honestly, these are the standards I'm holding for myself, because if I don't, the version of me that will achieve this and become a millionaire has these standards. You know what I'm saying? It's not like, I really wanted to make like $100 today. No, I want to make $3,000 today, because that's what I'm going to need to make to become the person I want to be. So, anyway, adding on the final bullet point. Posting 3 times. Oops. Oh my goodness. Yep, I need sleep. I can already tell I'm brain is failing. Posting 3 times per day per I'm just gonna write per channel because I already said channel up here. Okay. 3 times per day per channel. I am going to go ahead and say that this is going to be excruciating. It is not going to be easy. There's going to be lots of growing pains. This is not going to be a fun experience for me. This is going to be quite hard. You know, like making the videos, it's fun. You know, it's easy to just, you know, hit, at least for me, you know, hit record and talk and do all this. But the editing and the time management, making sure that, like, you know, again, I'm gonna have to set alarms for myself to remind myself to post, because I will forget. The day will go by and I will actually forget. So I'm gonna literally have to, I mean, seriously, like, hound myself to be able to achieve this. This is something that most people really don't do. I mean, honestly, like, I've never even posted, like, you know, to 3 different platforms for one account every day for 10 days. That actually, I don't think has happened. So this is going to be literally like tripling what I'm doing now. I mean, honestly, over tripling, because if we're thinking 3 times a day, 3 times per day per channel, oh my goodness, that's even worse actually, because that's not even posting once a day per. That's 3 times a day per channel. So that's like, oh my goodness, yeah, that's like. So let's just do the math here. So instead of posting, let's just say 1, 2, 3. Hang on, I have to make a chart. Me and my charts. Hang on. So let's just say YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. I'm gonna make channel. Whoops! Oh my goodness. I meant to draw a 1. I drew a 0 instead. Channel 1. Oh, good God! This is already just not correct. Hang on. This is like so bad, bro. Okay. There we go. Channel 1, channel 2, channel 3, and channel 4. So let's just say that Cashmaster is channel number 1, okay? And then we have number 2, number 3, number 4. So we're already posting once a day, once a day, and once a day. Now we're going to be doing 3 times. Oh my goodness. This is so bad, bro. This is just not good. So, instead of posting 3 times a day in total, we are going to be posting, oh my goodness. Oh, this is so bad, bro. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, oh my goodness, 21, oh God, 24, 27, 29, 30. Bro, we're so to achieve these 2 things right here. Oh, I'm gonna have to post 30 times a day. Oh, boy, that's pretty bad. That's a lot, bro. That is. Oh God. Let me think here. Let me just hang on. Just hang on. And I'm trying to. This is the thing. This is another thing I've learned. Is not overwhelming yourself so much right off the bat, because it makes the task seem just so much more impossible, and then eventually you just end up just not completing it at all. So this is, to me, very doable. I've done this now 10 days in a row. This right here. So See, this is the thing. I don't even know if per day. So that's what's 30 times 7? Hang on a second. 30 times 7. I'm not gonna like this number, bro. Oh god. 200. Okay. So this basically over the course of a week is 210 videos. So that's a lot. That's quite a bit. So here's what we're gonna do. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna fix this right now. Because I can already just tell that I'm gonna burn myself out way too fast. 210 videos a week. I actually don't think I can do that. And this is why this is so important, is just because we can like go over like what's the future's gonna look like. So, all right. So let's just see. So we got that channel. We got that channel, and then we got that channel. Okay. So which of these channels do we really want to crank out the most content for? Like basically saying, I guess to sum up, which channel is the easiest one to make content for? Content that will just not take me long at all to crank out. I'm going to say probably this one right here. That one is probably going to be the easiest, and it's something that I think is going to be the most marketable. So let's keep that one actually at 3 times per day. That's something that I think will scale up very, very well. This one, we could just keep at 1, and this one we will put at 2. So let's redo the numbers here, because that's cut down a lot of videos. So that's 6, 9, 9 plus 6 again. 21 times 7 is 147. Okay, that is a little bit more reasonable. I can deal with that. Okay, so that's reasonable. This is the second most marketable. I really think that's even the most marketable. That one is just one that I have wanted to get to for like 5 years, and now I'm gonna like really get back into it. And then this one speaks for itself. So, okay, that's more reasonable. Oh crap! What was that again? 21 times 7, 147. 147. For 7 videos per week. It sounds like a lot, because it is, but at the same time, these get done like every single day. These are honestly kind of easy. These are going to be pretty easy as well. This is going to take some time, and this is probably going to take the most time. Well, actually, no. Excuse me. This one might take the most time. This one not so much, and then that one's going to be kind of easy too. So it's really not that bad. Because like if you think about it, I've already posted 3 times 7 is. I've already posted 21 times over the last week. So that's actually not bad. Yeah, that's not bad. And that's just for this too. So that's not bad. So, okay. Yeah, I think we can work with that. That's a good goal. Okay. Alrighty, well, that is it for this video. I am probably going to eat something because my stomach is eating itself, and then after that, I'm going to work on my content creation station, and then after that, I might sleep for like a few hours, and then I'm gonna have to get to the restaurant mega early because I have to do all the payroll all the last 2 weeks, and then open up the whole restaurant. So anyway, thank you for joining me for the first full 10-day analysis. I was not honestly looking forward to this video because I knew that after I'd complete it, I would know all the crap I'm gonna have to deal with for the next like 10 months. I'm not gonna lie, this scares me. Okay, it scares me because, and this is the thing too. This is why like I feel like these check-ins are so important, and I am kind of fighting with myself here, because I think most people, they know what they're doing wrong, but they're like, oh well, you know, I'll check in 3 weeks, you know, after the month is over, and then we'll change, you know. Right now, I am forcing myself to evolve at a much faster rate, much faster than I'm usually comfortable with. You know, so seeing this is extremely intimidating, because I know now how much work I'm going to have to do, starting tonight, actually. Like, I'm going to, oh yeah, so that's the other thing too, is figuring out like how I'm even gonna start all this. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. It's gonna take me, if I can estimate, probably a good day or two to figure out the format that I'm gonna be posting in for all these three different channels. This one is fine. This is obviously what we're doing now, Cashmaster. But I haven't figured out a content style for these three things yet. So I'm gonna have to finish my studio and figure out a content creation style for these videos, because right now I have no idea. So I'm gonna give myself 2 days to figure that out, which brings me right to today's Sunday. That brings me right to Tuesday. So, which is the first day I'm off, like I mentioned earlier. So the first day I'm off, Tuesday, I should be able to start all this. And I'm going to say I'm going to start it because I don't want to say I should, because then I'll delay myself. So I'm going to be starting all this on Tuesday. You have my word on that. My word is my bond, as my grandfather would say. So yeah, all beginning on Tuesday. That gives me 2 days to figure out the content structure, even recording the first few videos, testing it out, and just getting the overall like channels and platforms ready to post to, because none of them have been posted to yet. So, all right, that is it for this video. Thank you for watching. If you've stuck around this long, this is like, again, I mean, this is the first time I've ever attempted anything like this. I've wanted to do stuff like this for years, but I've never actually pulled the trigger on it until like 10 days ago. So this is very, very interesting. But yeah, this is it. So I'll see you in the next one. See you in the next 10 days.